Back from the dead. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. What it do? What's happening? It's the fucking Shark Stream. It's your boy Mako with the fucking Draco.
Nice.
Ron and Don told me what Kenobi, Roddy Tweezy, coming to you live from the ATL. You know, hot as hell, raising hell. This is actually, I think, Thursday or Friday, is the last day of second summer. Yeah, I feel the same way.
If you don't know, now you know. Yeah. Part of Georgia is having different seasons amongst the seasons.
Yeah, Georgia got like 12 seasons.
Yes,
so,
yes. Most of them are hot.
Yeah, most of them are. We are in second summer.
Yeah.
But spring 2.0 a little bit, but like second summer is still like hot as shit. Even it's spring temperatures, but it's hot as shit.
The leaves are crunching.
Yeah. But like I said, the next 2 days is gonna literally it's either Friday or Saturday. The temperature is gonna be 70 degrees. It's not going above 72 after that, which means it's gonna definitely be like, I don't know if everybody's been noticing it that does stay here in Atlanta at night. It's actually getting kind of chilly in the mornings. It's been like 67.
Yeah, the morning
68 degrees. Shalani woke up this morning. Shalani goes to work before I go to work. And she went to work. She was like, actually, can you bring me a jacket? And then by the time I started really rolling around to get out of the house, I was like, really, do you need me to bring you one still? She was like, actually, no, it's about 77 degrees outside now. It's warming up. Looked at the temperature, was like, damn, this shit really coming to an end. Because what's going to happen is, after it hits the 70 mark, we're going to be like, oh, damn, what the hell? You know, but you're going to kind of get used to it. That shit only going to last about 2 weeks. The November 1st is going to be chilly outside, man.
Yeah.
Don't know why it works that way. That was the first. I've always noticed the season's been different down here since as long as I've been living down here. But last year was the first day, very specifically. I remember on October 31st for Halloween. Even though I wore a jacket, I think I was supposed to be. We went to a Halloween party. I was supposed to be Solid Snake. Wore a jacket and everything. Took the jacket off. I remember being outside at night, smoking and everything, being cool. Literally, November 1st came around. I went outside to get somebody who we had been partying so hard. Whoever this was literally fell asleep outside. Went outside to get them. It was like 59 degrees outside. And I was like, yo, what the
59?
fuck? If it wasn't 59, it was like 59, 62 in that range. And I remember literally going like, yo, we walked in the house and it was like relatively warm when I walked in here. And it is definitely not that. November 1st, all went downhill from there for the most part.
Is y'all fall fashion ready?
I need to get more jackets.
More layers.
I can improve my fall fashion, but I like hoodies. So my fall fashion is always set.
Yeah.
I'm about to say,
switch it up. We're like get a bomber with a hoodie attachment to it.
See, I was about to say, yeah. See, I always have, but this year
like Drake for a little
I could, or I can rock the bomber that I already have. I took the bomber out this weekend.
That's my favorite type of jacket.
Just to dust it off and make sure it was still good, and just throw the hoodie on under handles and throw the hoodie on underneath splash.
Ooh. You throw the hoodie on under the bomber?
That's dirty.
Wow, he wants to be warm.
I'm about to say,
I don't necessarily do that until like Thanksgiving.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Then and through the winter, like I'm not gonna do it like in the next couple of days.
This weather is the only time I went to somebody's party this weekend. This outfit is weird. This is the only time I can wear this outfit. Is during this time of weather. Went to a friend's party this weekend. Only wore a pair of jeans, some nice shoes. Only wore a bomber jacket. Didn't wear a shirt underneath it. It was a perfect temperature for it. It was cool enough outside for me to be able to have the bomber jacket, but also warm enough for me to not have to have a shirt. So I was sweating at some points in time because it got a little bit warm. All I had to do was go outside, cool down a little bit.
It's the time where you really can't tell what temperature it is just by looking at people's outfits. I feel like
you don't know.
It's getting to that time, but fall fits are definitely ready.
And
on my end,
there are certain people who you have to look at.
Yes.
To actually tell what the temperature is.
Yes.
You know, there is a certain demographic of people at times coming up that we can't look to understand what the weather is. You know?
We're not gonna name who that demographic is.
Nah, we don't have to. We don't have to name names.
It's a flannel over the hoodie weather. For me, you know? But no, it's getting up there, and then I want to shout out Sierra. Because the hats are coming, the fall hats, the fall colors, you know. Shop AC. Let's get it.
So look at that fall collection, man.
I just copped a new hat from H&M.
Oh, you said you got what?
I just copped a new hat from H&M.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, ready for it. As the weekend said, though, I come alive in the fall time. So, you know.
Yeah, I don't.
Scorpio. It's really
Scorpio.
true.
Yeah, that's fair.
Scorpio.
But that makes sense. I said the same as, ironically, I'm very happy. I'm one of those people that was born without any not without any allergies. I'm allergic to like ants and shit, but like I'm not allergic to like pollen and shit like that. That shit never bothers me.
He just threw that in there. I'm allergic to ants.
Right.
Yeah. Because I do have a form of allergy, but I'm not goddamn. But as far as like pollen and all that shit, I walk out in the springtime, I'd be like, this is great. I know niggas that literally hate the springtime. I mean, my birthday's in the spring though, so I think we've talked about seasons before, but if I had to order the seasons, for me, it would be the order that they come in for me: spring, summer, fall, and then winter. Like maybe in that order. I hate winter. There's nothing about winter that I enjoy.
Winter is not all that. You know, with global warming,
I flip
definitely.
winter and fall for me. I think fall is the worst.
Really? Why you don't? What do you not like about fall?
fall?
What do you not like about fall? And what do you like? Well, what makes you rank winter?
I think
over
also I'm tying in a lot
After
of
January,
like.
I don't fuck with winter no more. But
I feel like I'm tying in a lot
have
of
winter
also like
anymore.
personal things that just a lot
Keep
of
fucking
that
with global
shit
warming, what you
just
mean?
goes like around in like fall, and I'm just like
Libra season.
I fucking hate
So-
fall. So
Libra and
it's
Scorpios,
spring,
like it's
summer, winter, fall for me.
definitely for me is fall,
See,
summer, winter, spring.
so as
I
far
don't like
as
the rain. That's the only reason I don't really like spring.
Nah,
That's
I
it.
fuck
Spring
with
showers,
just
spring
full
showers.
of
Yeah, like I fuck with spring,
pollen
but it's
and
literally just like
yellow.
it seems like it rains so much. And then that one summer in Georgia where it rained for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
2013. It was 2013. I fucking hated that because it was the last 2 weeks before I went back to school. But I'm sorry, continue.
As far as it goes with that, the irony is I do feel like I have the lowest of my times most times in the fall. Specifically around this time. Actually, what I have literally been saying to myself recently, if you don't know this, I don't know if we talked about this last week, it's 6 planets in retrograde or some shit like that till October 18th. So if shit been weird for everybody, I mean, shit can get weird at any given time, but I feel like over the last few weeks, shit been super, super weird, but that might just be me. I said super specifically though, you think of a year in terms of like, I mean, a year for everybody is from January to next January, from January 1st to January 1st. But a year in the context of, I guess, human would be like from your birthday to your next birthday. So me and Rodney are born about like 2 weeks apart, or not per se by year, but by week, 2 weeks apart. So for me,
Like 9 days.
yeah. So for me, I've always like, for example, this year for my birthday, it was probably the best I've ever felt in my life. Went on a great trip. Miami was fucking lit. It's fucking awesome. Absolutely amazing. All that different shit. But I literally felt the best that I felt in my life. This is not the worst that I have felt in my life, but it just seems like I said in October around this time, there's a lot of like turmoil and stuff going on that I have to get over. And then after I get past that point, it's usually good. But it's 6 months away from January. So it feels like January is a peak. And then it hits a base, and then after around this time period, stuff starts to go back up for me to hit like the peak. So it's about like that, like, so I guess between, and I was gonna say maybe that doesn't have anything to do with the seasons, but that it has to do with like seasons generally, you know. Like I feel like specifically, I feel like if the reason I have fall over spring, even though feel like I go through more stuff in fall, is probably because, regardless of what I go through in fall, I feel like I can usually rely on, like, not even rely, but like in winter, I just hate the cold. Like I would fight a nigga in the cold, but it's too cold to fight. Like I literally hate that shit.
You'd be surprised
I
what body he
actually
can
love
do
the
for
cold,
you.
man.
The more
Active.
you are, literally in the cold,
Yeah,
it's better.
Actually, it's bearable.
Yeah, I
Nobody
would
wants
say,
to say
like,
that though.
A lot of my experiences, this is also me just, being from up north in Columbia, Maryland, it's just fucking snow everywhere. But a lot of my experiences, like in the winter or the snow, is literally just, I have experiences with like playing football and then like having to catch the football and sliding down the fucking hill where it's just all snow and shit. And I don't know. I haven't really had bad experiences, and then I just feel like it's good cuddle weather. it's just I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, I don't.
And I've always wanted a husky.
Huskies love winter. Huskies love
So
winter.
and they need to be in the cold. So I was like, you know what?
I always love. Like I said, I stopped fucking with winter after January, and I literally mean like the first of the year. I don't really.
It's crazy because I feel like February is like second winter.
Yeah, it is.
Like it didn't snow like a
It gets
couple
cold
years
as
ago.
shit.
Like
Well,
in
we
February.
actually get second
February,
winter in March. We're about to get spring, and it just gets cold as shit again for no reason.
Then that shit just evaporates.
Yeah, like we get second winter then, but yeah, like I really enjoy Christmas and New Year, just like that time, because that's always just been the time that I've always spent the most time with my family.
Yeah.
So I always just associate winter with, oh, okay, that time's coming up. Blew the layup, but I always associate it just with that. So that's why I always like winter.
The holiday season is great. The
Holiday season.
And then just like growing up in Georgia,
You know where that's from? I'll give you $1.
where now we actually get all 4 seasons, but before we really just got like, we didn't really get like a true winter, so we got 3.
No, we got we did. I don't know why. Why do y'all say that? We didn't get true winter.
We didn't get winter like what you think of winter. Like we didn't.
Winter is just not long.
It was
we
cold.
get a true. No, we get a true winter, bro. I swear, every year we get a true
we didn't
winter.
have. We didn't get snow. We didn't get.
I don't think that
lot
constitutes true
Was
winter.
it last year?
A
You
lot of
saying
it-
last year?
No, I mean before the last before like the 2010s.
I
really.
remember
It
specifically.
snowed several times down here.
I remember specifically a time where it was like November or December and it was warm.
Yeah, like it used to be.
There was a
warm
Christmas
back
a
then,
year.
Yeah.
There was a
like,
Christmas
like,
a year or two ago
like
with 72
after,
degrees.
like after 2010, we really started getting winters for real.
Yeah.
Before that, it would like you would get cold, but you wouldn't really have like cold. But like I always liked fall because the like not temperature wise, but just like everything, the weather for the fall was always perfect. Like falls in Georgia when I was growing up was like always clear skies, like beautiful days. It's clear skies. You get to see the leaves changing
I would
color
say, yeah,
and
fall
stuff
is
like
pretty.
that.
Fall
Like
is
fall
pretty.
always just looked like the nicest one because it was like, okay, summer's hot as shit.
What?
Spring rains a lot, and then like winter is also kind of
But it's
cool, but it's a little
flowers.
cloudy. Yeah, spring you do get the flowers, but you don't always get the
pollen.
sunlight.
You ain't talking about flowers without.
But it
pollen.
rains.
That's the
yeah,
thing.
but
I don't have to worry about
I
the
don't-
pollen. so
yeah,
it's
like-
not
Yeah, I'd be
Pollen
like,
gets me
whatever.
every
When it
couple of
fucks with your
years.
cars. Come on now, it gets.
I mean, yeah,
But
like,
it
I
rains.
have,
It
I have like
rains.
a white
I'm not-
car, but
so-
that's an adulting
mean,
issue.
so
like as
I-
a kid, it didn't
for
bother me.
years.
So I think with me,
Yeah, like, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
with
like
me,
as a kid, I didn't have to worry about that. Like that's really an adulting issue.
yeah.
now.
But even as an adult, so with me, I mean, but like even with
I gotta go to
me,
the car wash
like
a
in the
little
spring,
more. Yeah.
like pollen, I don't know. I felt like I exist a lot of times within this space, and it doesn't per se exist, but in this kind of gray area between order and chaos. Like I don't know why, but I like seeing. Not that because I'm not allergic to pollen. Pollen don't really bother me. But like you said, it rains a lot in the winter. Not winter, in the spring. I enjoy seeing things covered with pollen, and then the rain come, and then
That is
rain
satisfying.
wash the pollen away. That shit has always been so
remember
just for
satisfying
it
to
to
me.
get
Like, I remember-
twice as bad the next morning.
But it's gonna wash away.
Yeah, it's gonna go away.
it's-
Like I
it's-
remember
it's
that.
gonna
I
go
remember that
away.
specifically this year, and I don't know if it was because last year I didn't pay that much attention because spring came with COVID, and then we kind of went inside for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was more pollen this year than last year. It had to be. But I do distinctly remember, like I was like, yo, it's like 3 days, and it's just like, yo, my car is white. My car was yellow because of pollen. Facts. And then like it rained and like I didn't really see any more pollen anymore. And I was just like, yeah, like we're good. So it's like, yeah.
Buddy in the
But you know.
stream says we didn't really have a real winter until that snowpocalypse.
Yeah, I mean, like
we've
I think,
had-
I think that's when we started noticing it a little bit more.
No, I promise
we
you,
had
we've had winters.
We
It
had
just don't-
legitimate winters a little bit before.
They just don't
that,
last
but-
as long, so nobody remembers them as much. We don't have like winter from like we don't have winter from like November to February. We get
Well, that's
winter.
not winter.
I mean,
November winter isn't until December 21st.
technically, yeah,
Yeah,
are, yeah.
you're like-
but it feels like, but for other places, for example, in like New York and shit like that.
No, New York.
Thanksgiving
No, New
parade-
York is different, bro. New York.
But I
got
mean,
two,
just-
New York got two.
Their
Seasons,
climate.
bro.
You're right. You're right.
They got
Summer and
winter
winter.
and
Up north
summer,
is
bro.
But that's what I mean.
Like,
much
like,
longer.
But that's a
yeah,
line.
bro. Like,
There's a
like
line.
September, like October is snowing.
But I mean,
Like,
but that's what I
like-
mean. There's a line even
Yeah.
before you get to New York. There's a line that's actually above the line is the majority of the country. They experience seasons like
Yeah.
way differently than we do
Like
down
if you
here.
look at it from like North Carolina,
Yes.
and then going west up until like Utah, and then like just like that bracket coming up north a little bit more. Mm-hmm. That area bracket, probably legit has like the winner that you see on like TV when you think of winner, like, and then the more you go on the coast up, it's just like anomalies.
We quite literally get winter.
Down,
our winter starts. The worst of our winter starts maybe halfway through December. Most times it starts towards the latter end of December in all actuality, and it lasts up until
Christmas.
Right around Christmas. There have even been some Christmases where it's been like 72 degrees outside. Yeah. I think last Christmas was actually warm as shit, if I'm not mistaken, but then January came around and then it got cold as fuck, and it lasted for a minute. Because I remember working in that shit and being like, bro, I'm working and there's ice right there, like
I wasn't
on the ground. Like, it was cold. I remember during that point in time, there have been a couple of times, literally the air circulation is just the best way to put it, and the house went off. There were a couple of times niggas was in the house, it was hot as shit, but one of those times it went off and it was cold as shit. 27 degrees outside. Absolutely positively abysmal. 57 degrees in the house. At least that's what the thermometer said. I'm pretty sure it was way colder than that, and it was just taking into consideration all the rooms. Yeah. And I was like, if it's 27 degrees outside, there's no way it's actually 57 degrees in here, and there's no air circulation at all going on in here. But I remember during that time period being like, we definitely get winter. But I know it's going back multiple times before that. Like, I remember some Christmases walking outside and being like blankets of snow all over the place. Of course, that was technically after 2010. That particular year, there were multiple instances of this, but I remember one year very specifically, DJ Hero 2 came out, and I had to be in either 9th or 10th grade when that shit came out, because I was staying, at my mom's house on Pebble Beach. I remember staying there and being like, damn, that's beautiful. That's how I feel like this is how all people, especially black people, maybe in the South, feel about snow. It'd be like, oh damn, this shit lit. And after 10 minutes, it'd be like, all right, well. Yeah. That was cool.
It's like, this is nice. This is fucking cold. It's like, then it's like, all right, it's cold, and I got shit to do, and it's kind of like in the way.
I remember. It was the year when DJ Hero 2 came out. This happened because I remember I need to find a way to get people to work off my IG. I remember there literally being a play. So in DJ Hero 2, they introduced this concept of mega mixes, where in all the other in most game modes, especially in DJ Hero 1, this is all it was, they were playlists. So you'd have you'd pull up it was kind of like Guitar Hero. You go through these different playlists, and you'd have to play all the songs, and you get different star ratings based on how you play the songs. Same thing with DJ Hero, but this year they added mega mixes, and with the mega mixes it would be 5 or 6 songs back to back to back, and there was no break between them. So you would get you would have to get a total of 20 stars, in order for it to be the total thing. You can't.
DJ Hero?
Yeah, the second one specifically. And I remember there was one set list. It was the David Guetta playlist, bro. And for whatever reason, I was such a fucking.
I sucked at DJ Hero.
Perfect. I love DJ Hero. I was playing it on hard mode. I remember. I was like, I gotta get 5 stars on everything, because that's how I was on DJ Hero 1. So DJ Hero 2, I started playing on hard mode, and I was getting 5 stars on everything before this. Even little DJ battles. Goddamn, got around to this David Guetta playlist. I could not get 5 stars on it for whatever fucking reason.
You got 4 stars?
I kept getting 4 stars and 3 stars. And then this one particular time, nigga, I was snapping. I was like, I got it. I got all 5 stars. I got all the way around to halfway through the last song. And I know I had... Bro, the power in the neighborhood went off because it was too cold outside.
Wow, I love how it all came together for a circle. I am so fucking sorry.
I literally I remember just walking in the living room. There's the den, and I remember walking around to a little white living room, and I just sat there with my legs crossed. I was like, it's not. I sat there for literally 20 minutes. I was like, yo.
Oh shit. I'm so sorry.
It's painful. It was that. It snowed that day.
That's what I meant to do.
Or it snowed the day before. It snowed the day before, and it was just cold as shit outside. I was like, I don't remember it. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. But that technically was after 2010. I think DJ Hero 2 came out in 2011, 2009, or 2011. 2010 or 2011.
How many days till NBA start?
It starts on the 21st, so 7 days. 8. I'm sorry. Yeah.
8. What's
But
the
we
date?
get some 19.
Yeah.
We get some what game on the 19th?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the first is the 19th, so 6 days. Yeah, next Tuesday.
What? I thought it was the 21st.
Yeah,
That's
there's 2
TNT.
games. There's 2 games.
TNT
We're doing
is the
that- wait,
21st.
and it's Golden State Lakers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
19.
We doing that over here?
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
and-
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brooklyn
yeah,
and
yeah.
Bucks and
Yeah,
Golden State
opener.
and Lakers, and then the 21st is the second TNT.
We back
night.
in full effect.
Yeah, man. The crack is back. Return of the crack. Cue the
Let's
music.
go.
Back at it like a crack
once
addict.
again.
Y'all don't understand. We
Crack
got
patch been
football and basketball. Turn it up, man.
I'm first year.
I know y'all don't. I know you don't.
Braves advanced to the second round of the playoffs, and I actually watched more playoff baseball this weekend than I watched.
First year being in a fantasy
Hey,
league.
that's cool. I mean,
Yes,
apparently
sir.
there were some 2 highlights in the that the Braves did. The guy, I forgot his
Home
name,
run,
but
Freddie
he did
Freeman.
I was up there when it happened. I was not in the actual stadium. I went to go eat up there yesterday, and I
I was
remember
up there
when
Monday.
we were watching the game. We weren't watching the game. We were just eating. No, we were watching the game. Not watching it. We were eating, and the game was over there. We could not see the game, but every time something happened, they would pop fireworks. Yeah, people would cheer.
Okay,
and I remember
that's
at
cool, that's
one
cool.
point we were watching, and my uncle being like, "It's tied." And then all of a sudden, a bunch of fireworks went off, but they kept going off. And we were like, bro, what the fuck happened? And then we checked the score. They were like, oh, damn, they were bottled up in the 8th. And this
Yeah.
nigga just hit a home run. And then, like, yeah, I saw the video.
Frederick.
I don't know. Like, I wish I was more
you
into
was thinking
baseball.
that?
It's just
That's
too
what's up.
boring. It's just too boring to me, man.
Baseball
yeah.
is a lot more fun
Yeah.
if you're at the game than watching it on TV.
I still disagree. I think
No,
it's
like I
literally
mean, even
boring.
if you still find it boring, it's quicker if you're actually at the game. Like even still, because I went to the Phillies game that we clinched the division in, and it did not seem like it was that long, but it was like 3 hours. This playoff game was 3 hours, and it felt every minute of 3 hours.
I spend
9
50% of my time at a baseball game, watching the game, and the other 50% of the time walking around and doing other stuff. And now that I'm an adult and I can go get liquor, I would probably spend a third of my time watching the game, a third of my time walking around, and a third of my time specifically sitting somewhere drinking. And that is what my uncle told me. He was like, if you ever go to a baseball game, that is why half the time you just see people walking around, because niggas is getting drunk, and niggas get drunk as fucking baseball games.
Yes, that's the only way I'm going to a baseball game. Like, I really don't find it interesting. I'd rather play. I feel like this is with any sport. I'd rather play than just watch. I don't know, but baseball is
Baseball. I could probably watch golf before I watch
yes.
baseball.
I'll watch golf
is
definitely before I
nice.
watch
Yeah.
baseball.
Bro, you see
You'd be
people
like,
I
shots.
can't actually sit and watch golf. Golf
I can watch golf.
Golf is the only sport where it's like, yeah, no, I have to actually play this to enjoy it. And
Actually,
playing golf is
I-
actually really fun.
Yeah, I
God.
actually saw. Did you see J.R. Smith?
Playing
Yeah,
golf.
that's not fair.
Lighting it up.
No, bro, that's not fair. That is
you
not.
mean?
That is
He's a
not fair.
marksman.
That
Bro,
is not fair, bro.
No, I
That
think
is
one of
not
his last
fair.
shots was like.
Jr.
He had a
Nasty.
2-minute clip
Bro.
worth of highlights.
Jr.
dude. That's
Jr.
great.
Smith hits like 72 or whatever. And if you don't understand golf, that's like 5 over par, bro. That's amazing. That's on par with what the pros play. And he's out here playing college students. That's not fair.
That's
It's not fair.
That's
It's not fucking
okay.
fair. It's
Well,
it's
you put it that
basically
way.
the equivalent of him going to ICAT and playing on their basketball team. It's not fair. He is really good at golf. Like legitimately really
You gotta
good
see
at
where
golf.
his level at.
I don't
don't know yet.
understand.
No, he does know, bro. He's played in tournaments.
How old
There's
is
no
he again?
reason. 34, maybe 33. Maybe?
No
I don't
way.
know.
I
He
don't-
came.
I
He
do
came
not-
into the
I
league.
do not-
He came
I
into
used
the
to
league
do
out of
that.
high school.
I don't understand how these niggas
Yeah, he
are
was like
so
one of the last.
accurate, bro.
He was one of the last.
That's with
players
any
drafted out of high
any
school.
sport involving a ball.
He's
I actually
36.
don't understand how people do that shit. As far as it goes with pushing the ball somewhere. So the niggas that catch wide receivers, I can get that. You know, this is eye-hand coordination. This is intercepting. You know, dragonflies do that shit. All that different type of shit. Humans, I'm literally one of the things that separates human beings from other animals is the fact that we can throw things and shoot things. Like monkeys can't throw spears like humans throw not humans
They
throw
can in
monkeys.
Rise of
They-
the Planet of the Apes.
it's not proper.
No, that
Monkeys
does not
and
happen.
apes can't throw spears like people can throw spears. It's literally an advantage that we have because of the way that we're built and because of how we run and all that shit. We're the only animals that can pick up some shit and be like, oh shit, Like nothing else is doing that shit. So it's crazy.
They'll throw some feces.
Yeah.
They will, but they say even the way that they throw shit, like I don't know.
It's not really like at the precision.
No,
that
it's nowhere near. Yeah, like so for people to be like, I know y'all seen that clip of like Luka Doncic on the court and the ball bounces to him and he just goes. And the ball goes into the hoop. And me and Shalani watched that video the other fucking day. Shout out to Shalani. And she was like, what? I was like, bro, this is not a fluke. I've seen him kick a ball from half court into the basketball goal. Casually. And be like, and just keep it moving. Like, I don't understand how niggas be that accurate. With consistency across so many fucking things. Niggas playing golf to be sitting from however many meters away to be like, first of all, I can't even see like that far. I can barely see what's going on right there. Yeah, literally be like, clink.
All right.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. Like, of course, J.R. Smith will be able to. A lot of the
worst part about it is you don't think about it. Like, because even like being out there, like you point and you aim, but you
like
really don't think about it.
It's literally just controlling your power.
Yeah, and just being like, okay, I'm literally seeing where I need to hit this or throw this or shoot this. And then I'm just gonna do it.
But it's
and if I do it enough times, then I just get better because of the repetition. But like it's literally just like the fundamentals of it.
With repetition, like that aspect of muscle memory and having that foundation of, of just the right way to do it, the right way to swing, the right way to, have your feet, like all that matters. But at the end of the day, it's really a power control of how.
That's just still incredible, and of course, it's
just eyeing it, which is crazy.
And it's no way that it's a coincidence that football players can do that shit. And it's no way it's a coincidence that both football players and basketball players, typically niggas like Tom Brady and Stephen Curry and shit, who are known for like having an eye and doing all this fucking crazy shit with the ball, are also fucking phenomenal at fucking golf. That's just crazy. Like, is it crazy? I don't fucking know. No, that's just fucking crazy.
It's human.
But these niggas is like beyond human, man. That nigga Tom Brady, he's fucking disgusting. Apparently, Steph Curry's also disgusting at golf. Does not surprise me that J.R. Smith
phenomenal at golf.
Yeah.
I need to see more of his highlights. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. Steph also shoots like 70, low 70.
Yeah, like
just like covering golf, man.
This nigga's in golf. He's about my grandfather.
I think Tom shoots like 74. Some shit like
that. He's straight.
Yeah, like that's fucking phenomenal, bro.
Aaron Rodgers is better than him. I remember when they played each other in that
Aaron Rodgers is also a better quarterback.
Anyway, Aaron beat him in that 2v2 celebrities golf, and I'm just gonna, but it's fine. What were we talking about?
We were generally talking about NBA.
I'm just saying, if we're listing things that Aaron Rodgers is better, that's Tom Brady.
Man, but it's like the stats don't show that. I wish the stats showed that. Unfortunately.
I don't have the stats up there right now.
Will we have stats for Kyrie Irving this year?
All right, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, I know
game 25 will come back.
This is what I put on this all.
Kyrie, come back, bro. Game
Kyrie
25. He'll be back by game 25.
This is a fucking loop, and I just hate that people don't fucking realize it. The news of just shit coming out, the stigma that everyone wants to create around it, and the negativity that it brings, and then the fact that he just doesn't say anything, and it's at this point, it's like it's really annoying. And
so
at the end of the day, I'm going to still support Kyrie because I do think he is like a standout human being. But the way he just does things is just, it can be very annoying.
I just simply think Kyrie is a dumb, smart nigga.
Kyrie Irving's a Pisces.
Like, I think he's really smart.
Aries, let's talk about it.
He gets it, but
he don't get it.
His execution is just
same thing. Good intentions, terrible execution.
I don't even know if this is really good intentions. Like this specifically.
No, I think it's good.
Like some of the other stuff was like good intentions. I don't think this is like specifically all that great of intentions.
It's not like it.
My thing about Kyrie specifically in this instance,
I knew he wouldn't be part-time. That's all I'm gonna say. I knew
you
they were gonna. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I knew that wasn't gonna. That was my whole point about him them not being the favorites because the inconsistency of him not being here. And I wasn't even including the fact that he could still get injured because he's not playing at game speed for the full time. He also takes personal days. So instead of like 41 games, it could easily be like 25 with Kyrie. So it's like, you know, there's a lot of factors going in. But like specifically on this issue, my
Like, I get it.
annoyance specifically on this issue is primarily with the vaccine and just the rhetoric around it.
Yes.
Everything else from it is like just on top of it, but the real annoyance is really with the rhetoric and how Kyrie is explaining himself or lacking in explaining himself. Because at first he was like, it's a private choice. He didn't want to speak on it, which means you're not vaccinated. And it's really not that deep. And then the other thing, like the most recent, was he's doing it because there are people losing their jobs for not having the COVID vaccine. And that's what really annoys me. Because one, this doesn't help them in any way, shape, or form. You're a multi-millionaire who plays basketball for a living. So, and also, you're not technically losing your job. Like, you're not working because of your choice, but you're not getting fired, released, cut, any of that stuff for this. Also, if you are cut for this, you're still a multi-millionaire. Like, it's not the same as somebody who works in a fucking nursing home who ignorantly decides not to get the vaccine and then they get fired for that. And then it's like, okay, yeah, how are you going to pay your bills and eat after that? Still stupid because, you know, it's two little pricks. But, you know, whatever. But, like, that was the main thing that was annoying about Kyrie, because it was just like, that doesn't really make any sense. And also, what are you really trying to prove here? Because
It really does.
like that doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
I was the one saying he possibly could have some sort of spokesman like type.
It's his aunt. It's his aunt.
he can
When
like
I saw that shit.
he has potential in another field. Like if he wants to do something that's more.
No.
I mean, if he
Here-
leaves NBA type.
Yeah, no, that's
you know?
cool. You can do all this stuff, but it's not about him losing his job. It's a public safety issue. You literally should not be out around other people if you're unvaccinated. That's the whole reason we keep getting spreads and variants. That is the whole reason. That's the only thing the vaccine is here to do, is to get the hospitals under control. Therefore, COVID is not that big of an issue. So it doesn't really matter what field you go into. If you're not vaccinated, you're putting everybody there at risk. Like, that's the whole fundamental thing. And, like, it's not like I'm like, oh, Kyrie could have done nobler things. Because last year, he was the one that everybody got mad at because he was holding up the bubble for legitimate reasons. And I said, even before this, I was like, if Kyrie used this as an opportunity to be like, some of those same things that I said last year to hold up the bubble was still happening, and that's why I'm not playing, I would be 100% on his side. But because it's something this stupid, I'm not on his side. Also, I see the people who are on his side are the same people who told him to shut up and dribble last summer. So it's really, this bitch said full-blown HIV, which isn't a thing.
Full-blown.
By the way, and it's
That
just
was
historically
not
inaccurate.
HIV,
but full blown.
That was so wild.
And
When I
it's-
saw that comment, I was fucking in tears.
Like, bro, it's historically inaccurate.
In tears.
They did not let Magic Johnson play with full-blown HIV, which still isn't a thing, by the way.
Twitter's the greatest place.
He retired that year. Also, HIV is not spread through the air at all, right? So unless Magic was raw dawing niggas at half court, he really would have been fine. I'm just saying that was the only way that the other niggas was getting it, right? That's all I'm saying. If that was the case, then it would have been a really big issue, right? But that wasn't gonna happen because basketball is a family sport. It is not rated X. It is rated PG.
You gotta rewatch his defense highlights. I think that's
As long as his pants were on, them niggas was okay.
Oh my god.
All right.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Them niggas would be fine. It was not
Okay.
going to be as consequential as unvaccinated player. And also the reason I'm specifically doing this on like Kyrie is because 95% of the NBA is vaccinated. So it's not like it's a major issue. It's also not the NBA pushing this.
Also, hasn't
It's
Kyrie,
Brooklyn.
don't the quote unquote report say Kyrie has said he doesn't have a problem with getting vaccinated?
That's
what I'm saying. He's
more
not
frustrating.
anti-vax. He's
That
not.
makes it
literally not.
even more
That's even more
frustrating.
Literally.
That makes it
Literally.
even more
This is why
frustrating.
I'm just like,
Because you're not anti-vax, allegedly, and
This
you
is why-
still won't
it's
go get
annoying.
the shot, and
But I
you're
get it.
saying it's because people are losing their jobs because they have to get the shot, when these people work with thousands of other people on a daily basis. That's why they have to get the shot. This isn't that hard of a concept to understand. Like, anybody with a high school diploma, I know they pass people along, but anybody with a high school diploma or anybody who matriculated past the 8th grade should be able to understand why you should get vaccinated just in this specific case.
I feel like he can still get a shot and advocate for these people.
You really could if you really wanted to, because then your face was out there more. Then we'd actually see you. You can't be around the Brooklyn Nets until you get a shot.
Yeah.
So we have to completely rely on your IG lives, basically, or whatever thing your aunt says to the media that you don't like talking to. How the fuck are we supposed to know what you're doing, Kyrie?
Man, you're supposed
How
to
are
be the
you
voice.
bringing awareness to this, Kyrie? What are you doing? You're just sitting here,
He's not saying
dribbling.
anything.
Probably.
He's not even dribbling.
Probably. I think
Not
he
that
just
we
like
know of.
dribbles in his spare time.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason he should be that good at dribbling and finishing. But, you know.
When he needs to get stuff off his mind, like the dudes that would dance in the rain, he just goes and dribbles. When it's raining outside, he just dribbles. Start going
Got
in.
that heroic
Oh,
beat.
man.
In the background, it's pouring down rain. Kyrie
ima-
Irving just dribbling.
Imagine that you got served scene, but instead of him dancing, it's just Kyrie doing dribble moves.
Oh my god, this is how he gets his stress off. Man. This is like, even if he stops playing basketball with y'all, he's still just gonna go home and just dribble. He's not even gonna shoot the ball, just dribble.
Oh, Ron, I finished Squid Games.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
man.
I just wanted to throw that in there right quick. That was. I think I saw the very ending little plot twist of the old man. It just seemed like it just seemed like he was with it.
It's crazy. Like the thing is, like, you have to go back and watch it because it
It's
just
tragic.
it just
Just
makes
the whole
sense
ending
in
was-
like how he moves and the fact that you don't really see him die. It's
And you don't think about it the first
good.
time you see. I think I thought about it the first time I saw it, but I saw the last episode first when I came over here, and then I went back home, and I was like, okay, well I know this watching it now, but I can see how little it made sense. I was like, because I was wondering, I was like, okay, had I not watched that last episode, would I have thought about this old nigga getting shot in the back of the head, quote unquote? Would I have thought like, oh, he didn't get shot? Because I was watching, I was like, oh, of course he didn't get shot. I didn't see that shit, but I was like, I wonder if I would have said that shit had I not known what happens in the end. Because I'm pretty sure you would assume that nigga got shot. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
we saw that like Indian nigga get shot completely. We just saw a nigga aim a gun at his head and then pull the fucking trigger.
yeah. So it's like the consistency and the uncertainty of because I heard this sound and it flipped the scenes. This person got shot, but it created that that suspense at the end where it's like, oh shit, he's still here.
Yeah,
So
the whole red hair transformation was like impressive. Okay, I see.
Money, man.
No, for real, he slowly got used to it. You could see it in his fashion from one scene to the next.
That's so weird. Like, it's so interesting to think about. I hope not, but it's not to say that it's impossible. Money, I feel like all money does is interesting. I still want to come back to Kyrie, but it's in. I've heard this concept a lot. It's not that per se money changes you. Money is just energy. like it's literally just like it's paper, right? But it's not even that. Like most money that you get now is electronic. It's not even a physical thing. Like if all these computers shut off unanimously and your money's in like an electronic bank account, like yeah, it's just gone. Like it's literally an agreed upon concept. Like we all just agree because like literally so I've heard our friend Stacy. Shout out to Stacy, man. Stacy's talked about this. He loves apocalypse shows and things because it'll be like he just loves seeing what people come up with for like what happens after the world ends. After the world ends, quote unquote, nigga, currency could be bottle caps if they wanted it to be. Yeah, currency could be bottle caps if they wanted it to be, but it would just be because everybody agrees this is what we're using to barter or trade with. Because in all honesty, money doesn't like if everything in it right now, even paper money, I can't do shit with paper money. If I'm just alone by myself in the woods, like what the fuck is $100 bill gonna do for me? Like I can't use this shit for anything. Like, I can't give this shit to a fucking squirrel or anything like that. Like so like what was I talking about? Oh yeah. The concept of money is like I said, it's just energy, and they say that the concept is having a lot of money doesn't completely change you. It just reveals more traits of yourself. Like whatever you are before you have money, you're gonna be that after you get money. It's gonna be extremely amplified. So if you were like a super lame nigga before you had money, when you get money, you're gonna be an extremely lame nigga. You're just gonna be rich. Like it doesn't like even if like for example how we're like Drake is a simp and all this different shit. Like I'm sure it's 100% true. If Drake did not have any money, he'd probably be a really down bad simp. But he has infinite money. Well, at least what amounts to infinite money. Like it does $300 million. Can't convince me. The science is I used to think it was $125,000 a year. If you make $75,000 a year, there's essentially nothing that I don't know. You can't buy any more happiness after that point is what they say. Like sure, maybe you can buy an island or some shit like that, but like you don't need an island. Like niggas that don't have like fucking food. Like what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do on an island that you own versus an island that you go and visit? Nothing. You're just gonna visit the island anyways. You're not gonna fucking stay out there. Like you can't live not that you can't, but like there's no Wi-Fi out there. Like there's ain't no people out there. Like I don't fucking know. But the more so the point is the fact that like I don't know, money just shows the traits that you have. So if you conversely, if you're a cool ass, philanthropist ass, I love giving back to my community and I love doing shit for people ass nigga, when you get money, it's probably how you're gonna be. More than likely, it'd be like MC Hammer. I feel like MC Hammer was probably just a dope ass nigga. He just wanted to give back to niggas. Then he got rich. And he went broke because he was just giving money out to so many different people and shit like that. And he had to get somebody to be like, hey bro, you should probably stop doing that. Because if you don't, you're not gonna have any money. But I don't know. That concept is just interesting within the Squid Games like show. Like it would be interesting to see what other niggas really would have done with the money and how they would have changed after they got shit. Like some who probably would have just took off on everybody. I don't even think he would have taken care of his mom. I don't think that nigga would have just dipped. Yeah.
Damn.
How much money was that?
Yeah, there should be some sort of alternate ending editions. We really get other ones. That would be cool as hell.
Do you disagree with what Sungwoo did?
You talking about what he did to get to the final part?
Because you have to exactly. I love it.
I don't know, bruh.
He did what he had to do.
He did what he had to do.
He didn't want to do it.
But it was just like, okay, I'll tell you what. What was unnecessary was pushing the glass. Oh, well, you know what? Time was running out and he wasn't doing anything. But it's like
he started taking matters into his own hands.
It was 6 seconds left.
Eventually become like
a couple times.
Oh yeah. And Bim did it. And I think what's his name? Ji-hoon. All right.
It really
was
like
just not wanting to admit it.
Yeah.
He even saw it.
Him.
He questioned him. Exactly.
Yeah.
But
like,
what's good?
I mean, that nigga was down bad, definitely. But like, I said the same thing. I think I watched. Yeah, that girl that tackled that nigga off the fucking shit, and they both died.
Oh yeah, getting what he deserved.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, like this shit was crazy.
Linda said, "What's up, y'all?"
No.
What's good?
But that nigga, at first, because somebody was telling me about it before I got to episode 7, 8, 9, and I think
like finished it and stuff.
Like 7, 8, and 9. One of my friends was like, "Hey, bro, like
spoilers.
This nigga Sun Woo's a demon." And I watched it, and I was like, I was expecting this nigga to be demonic, but I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I get it. I'm not in agree, like, because I, especially, like, not saying nobody else thinks of, like, is, like, play fair, but I feel like you, as an Aries, understanding the concept of, like, loving competition, but you gotta do the fair thing. It's about, like...
Definitely because of how vulnerable Ali was.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yes.
it was so... He was so vulnerable to that, and you saw that from how they kept crying. Mm-hmm. And then at the moment, Sang-woo, like, got in his face and say, "Are you cheating? How did you know all these all this time, blah, blah." I was like... Okay, I think that was authentic. That wasn't fake. Anyway, what happened is he said, "Okay, this guy is easy to finesse.
Yes,
you go do this. Go waste time thinking." He had a good, decent point about not everyone. A lot of people aren't going to get all 20 marbles, so there's no way they're going to kill everybody. I understood that in a way. And Ali, okay, yeah, you can go for something like that, but he with like a lot of more points that fact that he was vulnerable and super fragile, he went for it.
And they were quote unquote friends. That was also a role they played. Because they were all in the same quote unquote group, and it was like, we're like together. So like I think
they survived together. And it was like that was like kind of the first betrayal of the group. I feel. If I remember correctly, but
yeah.
Oh, but I really felt what was more impactful was definitely I still can't remember the girl's name, the lead, but when she had to kill her friend, or when they shot her friend.
Oh yeah,
that shit hurt. And I only knew that girl for only 2 to 3 episodes.
They literally built a connection just like off the 2 episodes, off the tug of war and off the shit.
Yeah, and it was alright.
Yeah,
sucks. Like, tragic though.
Yeah, Sun Woo, because it's like, so, like I said, it's so hard to put this in it because it's not happening in a vacuum. It's not just as simple as like I lost this game and I'm losing this game. It's like I lost this game, I'm losing this game. It's money on the line, and if I lose, I die. So I gotta try something. Like everybody did what he had to do. It was literally like, damn, are you that green? And then he was that green, and Sun Woo was like, shit.
He said, "Fuck, I really did this."
He was like, damn. It was, bro, it was so crazy. The nigga, Ali was like, bro, I don't want you to die, but I got a family. It's something.
Oh God, when he realized it was rocks, bro, I was like,
God.
No.
Oh my God.
Boy, ain't no way, bro.
Hey, boy, ain't no way,
Didn't
boy.
even get to turn around all the way.
Boy, ain't no way.
The boy was like,
oh.
Sang-woo.
Yeah, that nigga, and then the nigga with the glass. I actually was more. I was actually more like. I actually felt weirder about the fucking marble thing than I did about the glass thing. Because the thing about the marble thing that threw me, I was like, okay, so there is understood. I don't want to just call it understood concept, but it's like there are rules based on how we as a society set things up, and then there's just the basic survival of the fittest concept. So, what I mean by agreed upon concept, right? You would assume if you're living in a house of people and y'all are all living together, that understood concept would be like, don't take my stuff, right? So that's just a concept that you and a group of people all agree upon without like having to like, hey, you're not gonna take my stuff, right? You're just like, yeah, this nigga's not gonna take my shit. Like, but I mean that more so like that in and of itself is super just an agreed upon concept versus like survival of the fittest would be like, this is once again like it's not something you should do, but survival of the fittest would dictate like, nigga, if I'm hungry and I don't have any food, then I'm gonna eat your shit. I've been in situations like that where niggas have literally eaten my shit, and I've been like, why the fuck would you do that shit? I'll let you in my plate. Not like I'll let you in like,
bro, how you been?
Like I like staying in college. I had a roommate, and then my roommate invited one of his fucking homies over, and one of his homies just ate all my fucking food. And I almost beat this nigga's ass. I was like, why the fuck would you do that shit? Came up with some excuse, some lie, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, it's so fucked. But the reason he did it was because I wasn't fucking here to tell him not to do it. And he didn't ask. He was like, nigga, I don't care whose food this is. somebody's gonna tell me fucking no, and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna fucking eat it. Basic survival of the fittest. Like, this is basic human concept versus understood concept. Basic human concept in the game of marbles would be like, I won fair and square. So, and I would assume because we're friends that, like, you're not gonna fucking finesse me. But some moves like, nigga, I'm not trying to die. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, give me these fucking marbles, nigga. Like, are you that, literally, like, are you that green? And I was literally like, if I was Sun Wu, would I do that? I don't know. Because, like, I feel like I like to say in this position, yeah, dude, I'm gonna do the righteous fucking thing. Because, but then again, it's like, it's not like it's just a game. Like, you'll literally just get shot and die. Like, and that nigga did make it to the final 3. And if not, it's quite possible that, if he didn't push that one nigga over the glass, they all would have died. Except for him. Except for that one nigga in front.
It's like, dude, he just made a decision, and I mean, the way he did it violently kind of shows that he was kind of like done. Yeah, he was done with the bullshit. If I have to be looked at as the evil dude, screw it, because otherwise, a good chance is what you're saying. Yeah, they would have died. Or if they, without the theatrics, he would have immediately hopped to the right one.
I might have just jumped on the same thing with the nigga and made him choose, like, super quick. I wouldn't have pushed him over. Because they were like, one was here and one was here, right?
Yeah.
I probably would have jumped on the same square with that nigga or some shit like that.
Maybe.
And then that nigga would have been like, oh shit, I gotta jump in a direction. And then I wouldn't have made him choose in the last second.
Yeah.
I don't fucking, but then again, I don't know. Honestly, it's quite possible I would have pushed that nigga. I'm on 35%.
Yeah.
There's 6 seconds left. And it's like,
it was under 10 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was like, and he was literally still choosing, and they shut the lights off. I'm like, bruh, you got like, it's more of us back here.
They're gonna shatter, and not only that, that's gonna kill you.
Yeah, because again, worst come to worst,
glass blasting you.
Exactly, and like not per se worst come to worst, but like it's quite possible that he could have like waited longer, and then like even if he chose the right set of moves to make, like he could have waited just long enough for everybody else to fucking die. But like, bro, it's literally a 50-50 opportunity. It's not like it's a bunch of options. Like, you got to choose one. You're not moving. You're old. You're senile, bro. And I don't know. I don't know if you feel this per se, but like, I hate when niggas move slow. I'd be like driving. It's not even like I'd be driving 100,000 miles an hour, but no cap, niggas, we're living in a simulation, and I see it every time I get on the highway. Most of y'all niggas drive like NPCs in a fucking video game. It's rare that I see actual players driving their cars on the fucking highway. More specifically, niggas.
That's so funny, bro. Because like when I was driving like around my neighborhood, and they're like doing construction, and I was literally just like waving around through the lane because. Like, people were just going slow, and then just construction was there. And I was like, so, yeah, it's funny.
It's like, and it's not even because I'd be like, on the pedal. I don't be in accidents or anything like that. I think I've
never gotten into an accident.
The only accident I've gotten into, somebody rear-ended me. Like, I don't
yeah.
Like, I don't be like in accidents. Don't be doing all that fucking crazy dramatic shit. Like, people, like, I know how to, even when I want to drive fast, I know how to drive where I'm not putting other people in harm's way. So, like, it's like, but I'd be driving, and through Atlanta, there are literally points in times I'd be driving, I'd be like, bro, y'all are literally just like in a GTA game, just doing whatever like the game tells you to do. Y'all do not be driving like people. I was so happy, man, that I got my car, man. Me and Shalani were like, when we first started dating, maybe a month before I got my car, we would just Uber everywhere. She stayed in Brookhaven, I stayed in like the West End, so I had to Uber up there to get to her, and then we had to Uber back, all this different shit. But that would be one time I was so angry. We were fucking driving, and we were in the back of an Uber, and I had to be back for the podcast. And this nigga just sat in so you guys know if you're going 75, 85 through Atlanta going south, that exit that gets on Interstate 20, that like it slows down, like if you're getting off from Georgia State and they move slower, right? I was literally, we were in the back seat, and I told this nigga when we got in the car, I was like, yo, I'm not trying to make you drive 1,000 miles an hour, but I got somewhere to be. Like, so can you, like, you know. This nigga sat in the furthest to right lane, and there was like traffic, and the thing was, we would just slowly drive. Like, we had the exit was like a mile maybe 2 miles ahead, and traffic was only slow in these 2 lanes. All these other lanes, the right 2 or 3 lanes were moving, and I was like, instantly I was like, yo, because I do this every time I get off of the 20 exit. Because I know people that be like, bro, that's the most stressful exit to ever get off. I'd be like, yeah, it is kind of stressful sometimes when traffic's really bad, but like, I literally would just ride all the way right lane until I get close, and then I'll just move in, because there's always going to be a green ass nigga that's like either moving slow as shit or like something along those lines. I've never missed that exit. Basically, we were just sitting in the far right lane for 2 miles, just moving slow, and I was really just staring at this nigga. I was like, bro, you're not gonna get over. I was like, you're not gonna get over in this lane. He was like, why would I do that? I was like, it's faster. He was like, no, the GPS is supposed to get off right here. I was like, but it's a mile. And I just stopped. I was like, I'm giving this nigga 1 star, and I'm not tipping this nigga, because like niggas just be moving slow. But it'd be, I don't know, generally like that. There's an exit coming from going 20 east and getting off from 20 east and getting on 75, 85 north. There's like a bridge that kind of like ropes around and goes down. I think it's called like the something bend, like the Emery bend or some shit like that. But like, literally, there's the left lane always moves slow as shit, and the right lane always moves way faster. I don't know why. For whatever reason, niggas would just sit in the left lane. It'd be like a whole open lane to the right. Like, I've gotten on there some days, and like the lane has been like, my GPS would be like, there's a 7-minute slowdown in front of you, and I'll just get in the right lane and like clear the whole 7-minute slowdown, and I'll be like, nobody just like said, oh, there's an open lane over here, and I'm just gonna turn and just go the faster route. Y'all were just like, I'm going to sit in traffic. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how we got on the fucking topic of traffic.
That was Uber. You said it, or Lyft? You said Uber or Lyft?
That was Uber. That time I was coming back, and I was like, bro, I was literally like, bro, what are you doing? Like, but I don't know. I know it's just, I hate moving slow, man. Moving slow, and niggas that move slow really aggravate me. Like not to the ultimate degree.
No, preach. Yeah, I mean, sort of at this point, you got to know how to just maneuver your way through traffic.
Yeah. But
assertively, not aggressively.
Definitely, like, you can't have road rage. I don't be having road rage. I'd be like, bro, even as far as me, like, I'm not one of them niggas that don't let niggas over. I always let niggas over, especially when niggas do some clever shit. I'd be like, oh, you got it, man.
Yeah. So actually,
you don't let niggas over?
I would like to ask you something.
I generally let niggas over. I don't let stupid niggas over. Like, cause I vehemently pay attention to what's going on around me, because I just don't trust niggas on the road. So if I see you doing something stupid and you're coming up to me, now granted, I have a Corolla, so it's not like I can do a lot. But if I can block you from getting in, from doing something stupid, I am doing it. What? You do not, because you do not deserve to get ahead.
I disagree.
By putting people at risk.
Not by putting people at risk. I don't think, but I guess it depends on what you mean by
going around riding on the shoulder, or if you just generally annoyed me. Like, if you were tailgating me, I'm going to make it a point to go slow.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're trying to pass me, I'm speeding up. If I see you dodging in and out of traffic behind me on the freeway, and different. I'm all the way to the right, and you're trying to get off on this exit, you running into the fucking median, or you slowing down. I don't give a fuck.
I agree.
Because my insurance is good.
Yes, I would say, like, there are certain roads where the right lane cuts off, right?
Yeah.
And so one path going to my mother's house, like, in the same instance, if you are like behind me, and like I'm not speeding up, and we're already at the end of it, and like you speed up and try to get in front of me, it's all about timing.
Yeah,
it's literally all about timing. And don't make stupid decisions.
Don't make stupid decisions. It's just, and it's also like, dude, we're in a ton something pound vehicles, bro, and you're going high rates of speed. This is how niggas die, bro. Like, you have to put some responsibility into this.
If you are behind by a good margin, you should be behind.
You should just be behind. Because, like, my thing is,
slow down.
Even if because even if I'm on my street going home, the speed limit is 35. Yeah. And I will generally roll through there at 50 because I know the street. Been on this street or just in this area my whole life. I know the street. I know where the cops are and I know where the curves are. So, like, if I'm riding down that street doing 50, then it's like, okay, cool. Most other people get that. But if somebody is legitimately going 35, then I'm going to be upset. But I'm also give you a car and a half length and also go slow. Because it's not worth it. It's a double lane, so it's not like I can pass you.
And
legally.
I usually
so it's
drive
like it's just
fast.
not worth it.
I usually drive fast too, so it's like
It's
if
the
you
standard.
are
That's
if
also
you
the
are-
thing,
if
bro.
you
I do push the limit a little bit. So.
Yeah,
efficient.
so
Perfect.
like you're
Yeah.
speeding if you are, in the position where you are behind me.
Right.
You're speeding.
You're
breaking
speeding,
the law.
bro.
What? Just not. Just don't do it.
Because
If
like
you're
also
moving past me, you're really doing a bad thing.
Don't do
right,
it.
bro. Because like also even on the freeway, bro, I am closer to the slow lane. Like I'm more over to the right because I'm like, yeah, I am pushing 80, but I'm not trying to do like 90 and 100. So I'm not gonna be in the left lane so y'all can pass. But if you come over there and I'm already doing 80 and you're tailgating me, I might brake check you. You're lucky that the car payment's almost done, and I don't feel like dealing with it.
I feel like I let people in when it's like traffic.
I will let
always
you in if there's
look.
traffic, but you got to be paying attention.
Like,
You gotta
yes,
know
The only
yes,
time
you
it's
gotta
only
be
paying
paying
attention.
it's
You
only
gotta
10
know
or
when to
20% of the time that I don't let niggas in because you have to be doing something stupid for me to be like you're not
Yeah,
getting
like
in here.
you got to be. Paying
If you do
attention.
something
also don't take
clever-
advantage. If I let somebody in, don't try to sneak in
But
behind me. You're
I don't
not
do that.
getting in.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Each
shit.
one teach one, bro. You get in behind me. I did a good deed. I paid it forward. Hopefully the nigga behind me fucks with you. If not, that's between y'all, bro. I did my job.
This is understood. It's like the Honda Accord. Like you just gotta understand like certain things.
Right.
The Honda Accord.
Accord.
It's like
I said why specifically that.
that's the only one with it. That's the only thing that has Accord in it. I said I was gonna put that in my show. Like niggas gonna be driving, and niggas gonna be like, "Yo, you gotta very specifically no. If it's a Honda, you gotta let that nigga over. Why? It's like the Honda.
Well,
Accord.
them newer Hondas,
Clean.
Hondas like are clean,
bro, so
they're like
Yeah, they're nice.
they're
Audis.
self-driving. Yeah, they're literally like self-driving automatic.
Audis in a
Dude,
way.
I have a
Just little,
2012. I have a 2012 Honda, and it's
custom
still
for
nice. My grandmother got a 2014 Honda. Oh my god, it doesn't not per se that it drives
favorite
itself,
cars.
and that's favorite
We don't
cars.
talk
bro.
about cars a lot.
We don't. I don't.
I just
but
thought about that.
I haven't had the opportunity to whip just multiple different models for me to be like, this is my genuine
car that
favorite.
I've driven or just like favorite car in general.
But like, because the favorite car that I've driven out of all the brands is Honda. Honda's great. Honestly, Acura's probably has to be better than Honda because it's the luxury Honda. But like, I love Honda, bro. The fuel efficiency, the drop. My grandmother has a 2014 Honda Accord. That shit so perfect, man. It's literally, I was like, this is the perfect car. This is the most perfect car I've ever driven. I haven't driven the Audis and all those different things. The reason I love her
like
car.
driving Acuras.
I want to drive.
Acura, yeah, they're like
Acuras are
Hondas.
nice.
I always liked Audis. The favorite car that I've driven has
yeah.
been a Tesla.
I haven't.
But
My favorite car is a Jaguar. It's like
Yeah.
Luxury one.
like a Jaguar SUV. Like that shit was nice as fuck. Like I
I
drove.
don't like the new Jaguars. Their quality went down. The
Yeah.
quality of the car. My grandma has like I forget what, I think it's like a 2006.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the like post 2016 Jaguars, I've driven one of those because my uncle had one. It was the sedan though. It wasn't the SUV. I think the SUV is a little bit better. But the sedan was not a nice ride.
Yeah, I
What
want
do
to be
you
able.
not like driving?
You said, what do you know?
Yeah.
What do I don't like driving. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't particularly like driving pickup trucks.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't care if
I don't
it's big
like
in
big.
the back.
I don't like big. I don't. The bigger it is, the more I don't like it because I feel like my awareness of space becomes like I like compacted. Like I love my car, but even any type of like regular like sedan or anything, I love preferably like coupes because I feel like that they're smaller, they're tighter, and I have more control. And the bigger things are because of the way that I drive. I don't drive recklessly, but I know I drive like zip, zip, zip. It's
I
weirder.
drive like I own a sedan.
But yeah,
Compact sedan.
Yeah,
I
basically,
like I own
yeah.
a compact
I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like I drive like I have a Mercedes or like
Mercedes
but
is nice.
like a sports
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah, sport. I think sporty car. That's what I mean. Like coupe. Like I literally drive like all my cars that I've had actually have been coupes. The first car that I
I
had
had
was
a couple coupes before.
I didn't even think about this till now, but all the cars that I've had were coupes. The first car that I had was a convertible Chrysler Sebring, I think that's the name of it. The second car I had was a 2004 or 5 Honda Accord coupe, and then the car that I have now is a Honda CRZ, and that shit don't even have a fucking back seat. But so I guess the way that the style that I drive is always like fit that but even like sedans I even fuck with. But I don't like haven't.
Honda Civic, Honda Accord, and like 2 Honda Accords, I think, a 96 and a 07. And then the Civic, I think, was like 09.
Literally only own Corollas. 1998.
I don't know if I
and a
care.
2016 Toyota
I don't know
Corolla.
if I care for how the steering works on Toyotas, man. Toyotas or what's the other
I
one?
like driving the new Toyota. My cousins, they both have like 2019 Toyota, bro. That's
The Camry.
I
I
it's
test
also-
I test
no,
drove a
the
2019
Corollas.
Corolla. It is nice.
Those
It's a
shits
lot.
Is sweet. I was about to say, yeah, it doesn't even matter what it is. Like that's what I was like. So my grandmother's, she has a 2014 Honda Accord, right? I remember whipping this shit, and this was when I was like, I think first really driving. I remember driving one night from here to. I love driving at night. My preference, it's
I like
weird.
driving at night too, man.
awesome,
Bro, going
man.
down fucking Memorial at night. Oh my god, those lights.
Because I was just
I
about
love
to say
driving
it's
down
weird.
Peachtree.
Yeah.
At night,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
I love driving down
Driving
Peachtree
at night has
night.
always been more fun to me. I feel like the music hits better, the fucking high hits better, especially driving through the city is fucking better. And strangely, I feel like I can see better at night. More specific, I guess because in the city is where I'm referring to more often than not. But I literally feel like I can see so much better at night than I can during the daytime, especially at sunset. Because shit just be too bright sometimes, and I'd be like, bro, where the fuck? And it'd be so many fucking people at night, especially when my headlights are on. And now I have a car that has like bright headlights, so I can actually see where I'm going at night 90% of the time. I've always preferred driving at night. But like, yeah, I drove from Atlanta to Orlando overnight, and it was just so fucking. Yeah, exactly.
True.
So I was just I got to cruise between 80, 85, and my the car is just so perfect. So it has I think it has cameras on both sides of the side view mirrors. So I don't even have to, like, of course you're supposed to look to the left and right, but like you can literally put on your blinkers and like look in the fucking camera thing right here, and it'll literally put a graph on the shit and tell you if anybody's next to you. It'll blink and shit when somebody's like
On the 14s?
Okay. Those are 14. And then I had a even crazier. I had got into a car accident in 2019 on Halloween, and the other person's insurance company gave me a 2019 Nissan Altima SR. Oh my god, it was just so nice. I was like, yo, that's what you after a certain point in time, it's just perfect. You got the rear view camera, the
SR is
side
probably
view.
better. I don't like the new Nissans.
The SR
I
is
don't
like
like
the SR is
driving
the sportier version.
Yeah, that
of
one's
it.
probably better because the other ones, the regular ones, they all feel like they should have that sport pickup, but it's like you can feel in the other ones that it's fake.
No, that should be like you can. Whatever the actual speedometer says you can go on the fucking vehicle, I went 10 miles underneath it. That was the fastest I've ever driven in my life. I almost fucking died. I was driving to Savannah. I was fluctuating between 80, sometimes 90. I was doing the thing. I don't know. Whenever I push anywhere over 80 miles an hour, especially 85 miles an hour is probably the highest I'll push. There's got to be somebody in front of me doing like more MPH, and then I'll fucking follow them all the way.
I drove a Porsche Boxer.
That sounds nice.
Porsche Boxer. My aunt owns one, and she let me take it out at night for a spin. I think I got up to 94, and she ain't say nothing. It's one of those clickers.
Yes!
It was that clicker type system, bro. I caught on so quick when I hit the freeway. Went smooth 94, and she ain't say nothing. And I was just like, I got it. I got it.
Some airy shit.
Not a
I gotta go
scratch,
fast.
not
I
a
gotta go
single shit.
fast.
I'm like, okay,
Dude,
I can do this shit.
in the Nissan Altima, and it's ironic. I don't use this as much now, but I was literally like, I gotta get a. When I was looking for a car, everything aligned perfectly. I was like, I don't know what car I'm gonna get, but I gotta get a car with the fucking pedals on the steering wheel because that shit's sick. I was driving the Nissan Altima SR. This is when I ended up going like it was either 140 or 150. We were driving to fucking Savannah, and it was a weird system, niggas. Everybody. buddy and y'all drive for forever together and there's no explanation for it. Like, I've gotten off at an exit in the middle of Midtown and driven all the way to Little 5 Points and had a nigga right next to me the whole time. No explanation. Drove to Savannah. Some niggas rode with us from like Macon all the way to Savannah. So it was a long time, man. It was weird. That's crazy. So there were a total of 4 of us, and one of these niggas had like a blue Honda. We were fluctuating between 85 and 90 niggas and switching in rotation, and then eventually one person, the nigga in the blue Honda, disappeared. And we were like, oh damn, I guess he got off. I was driving. We were maybe like an hour outside of where the fuck we were supposed to be at. All of a sudden, that nigga reappeared, and he was booking 140, 150. And I was like, bro, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. So I started fucking pushing, and I was like, damn. So I think I was right behind him. And like I said, he had to be going either 140 or 150. And I remember being right behind him, doing a little clicking shit. And I was like, bro, this is fucking crazy. The car was so smooth. Like there are things in the car like Nissan Altima SR, when you want to, one thing I love about it, like if you want to turn left or right, before you even have to complete light that will flash if there's somebody next to you before you turn.
I love that shit, bro. That shit be in the Acuras too. Mm-hmm, oh man,
it's literally like, oh
makes
damn.
Me hate capitalism even more. Because those features should be standard.
They should.
Safety features, and you typically got to pay $1,500 more to get that trim.
That's terrible.
But those things are amazing because like my grandfather has a 2020 Telluride, and like probably as of right now because I drive that more often. That is like my favorite thing to drive, and even though it's an SUV with 3 rows of seating, that shit I drive that shit like it's a sedan.
It's smooth.
Like, that shit is so easy to drive. That shit is easy to park. Like
Bro.
I can still back into most spaces. I can still get into stuff. But it has that same thing. It has lane keep assist, and I actually hate the lane keep assist because. I don't know, Ron, if y'all watched any more Seinfeld after last week, but there's a Seinfeld, for anybody who watches Seinfeld, shout out to you. There's a Seinfeld episode where Frasier is a legit good show. But you gotta have a certain level of intelligence to understand and appreciate Frasier. Seinfeld is good for, whatever. Seinfeld wouldn't last in 2021 either. But there's a scene where Kramer he adopts a freeway, like half a mile of a freeway, and say it's 5 lanes, he goes to like the 3rd lane and basically paints over the lines with like black paint, so the lanes look wider. And the lane, as she drives down that road, is going like side to side, like, ooh, it's nice, like wide lanes. And I don't swerve like that, but I am not perfect in the middle of the lane. And the lane keep assist wants you to be perfect. It will literally jerk your steering wheel back. That's probably the only safety feature I don't like. But it has the lights on the mirrors. If I look and see, it beeps if there's somebody there and I'm trying to get over, which is great for my grandfather. As I said, I generally pay a lot of attention when I'm driving, but it is definitely great for my grandfather, because just he's an older gentleman. They need more help.
My grandfather and grandmother just upgraded their Hyundai. I don't even know what the fuck.
I think there should be a tax break to get all older people who still have their licenses
free
newer cars that have all the safety features.
Dude, that would be great just for their benefit and priority for the ones who don't have like grandchildren or children to drive them around. Dude, my grandparents just got a Hyundai. I don't know which.
3 rows?
No, it's 2 rows.
Probably a Santa Fe.
Yeah, it is a Santa Fe. 2021 Santa Fe. Bro, they were just telling me all the features about this shit. I was like, bro, what the fuck? This shit, you'll be driving and that shit will be like, are you tired of driving? Take a break.
Yeah, the Telluride literally comes up with a picture of a coffee mug, and it says, consider taking a break if you've been driving for like 3 or 4 hours. It comes up whenever we do a road trip. I'd be like, I mean, I'm not going to just pull over to the side of the road, but appreciate it. Like,
but no, it would literally tell them that, and they'll take their hands off the steering wheel, and that shit would drive itself for like 30, 40 minutes, and it'll literally be like, all right, put your hands back on the steering wheel, bro.
Yeah,
like
adaptive cruise control.
They were literally, it was little shit. They were like, he was like, I can put my charger in, can put my phone in this cup, and it would automatically charge it. There's a warmer in the steering wheel, so like when it's cold outside, I can just grip that.
Any car that has
heated steering wheel and
heated steering wheel.
And you know what?
And cooling seats.
You know what's an underrated feature? Side mirror defroggers or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I had that in my car. That's just crazy.
Bro.
It's literally, I was driving one day, I was like, I didn't even realize what it did, and then one day my side view mirrors got fogged up. I pressed that shit. I was like, this is the most godsend thing I think I've ever. That's just crazy. And it'll literally, mine's default. Car where I can see out through the side view. Like it's like if nothing else, then be able to see what the fuck is going on right here. That shit's cool, man. Like it's literally the more advanced cars get, the better they get. But then I've also heard people be like, cars are getting more trash nowadays. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm not like a super car person. I don't know what the fuck is going on with these shits.
Shams bomb. Kyrie Irving says tonight on Instagram Live, literally just talked about this. I'm standing with all those that believe what is right. Everybody is entitled to do what they feel is what's best for themselves. Seeing the way this is dividing our world up, it's sad to see people are losing their jobs to mandates.
And it's like, what? So, well, okay.
Losing their jobs to what?
He's not playing.
Mandates.
He's not playing this year.
He's not playing this year.
He's not.
He's not playing this
He'll
year.
come back before the playoffs begin.
No, he won't.
Yes,
No.
He's gonna have
That's
to.
I'm gonna be
Bro.
that one dude that said he'll be back before the playoffs
I
start.
don't think.
What
he'll
would
be
you?
able
Okay.
to. I don't think he'll be able to.
I don't think he will be either.
will.
But I
I'm
was saying.
dancing because that's just.
I don't-
so
I
much
don't-
Okay.
fun.
So
I
from-
think the longer this goes on, the more
no.
likely Kyrie is not going to be a Brooklyn Net.
they already said he's
Into
not
the
getting his
season.
contract. He
Bring him
already
to the
lost $186 million or $196 million factually.
That don't hurt him.
But I think,
His money's not a thing.
yeah, like I think. As we go along, and it's going to get to a point where you have to say,
Let him go.
yeah, or you have to be like, we don't want to deal with you like
Anymore?
at all.
What would you? Okay,
That's not
so,
the first city that would say that about him.
Not per se. What would you do?
No, but the other
Because-
ones were different. The other ones were strictly personal. This is, from a Nets perspective, this is solely a business decision.
Mhm.
Why would I pay you $33 million? Because he won't get paid. They won't pay him $33 million this year. Because the 41 games that he's ineligible to play because he doesn't have the vaccine,
He's
he
not
won't
playing at
get
all.
paid for it.
He's not playing.
But because
anything.
they said he's not a full participant, he's not going to show up. Those other games that he is eligible to play, they will still pay him for those games because it's a team decision for him not to play, and not, the league rule that if you miss games due to being ineligible for COVID, you won't get paid. But very clearly, that's not that important to Kyrie, so that's not shifting his perspective at this moment. And the longer it goes on, the more the Nets are really going to have to think, okay, then we're just going to have to move on and get rid of Kyrie.
I think they're already along those lines because
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's going to last on there that long. And I also don't think he's going to give in and play.
And I was- chances that you have with things, dude. When you take a stand on something, it's pretty typically probably really hard to budge you, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing with Kyrie, and I feel like because Kyrie's also in Aries, but he's also in Aries Pisces, which is probably a really bad, but not even probably. Water and fire are a very bad combination, and I only say that as far as like I don't know zodiacs and shit go because
I
like
just now found out Kyrie was an Aries.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
he's born on like the first day. Yeah, he's like
Come on, man.
he's Aries, but then he's like
Yes, it
Pisces. He's like emotional. So like we normally think with like not per se we think with ego, but it's weird like
me over here with the Pisces moon, Aries rising.
we think with like not that it's super rational because fire and water are like opposites. So it's not like, but we think with fire. It's like Kyrie's thinking with water and fire. He's like thinking it's like emotionally based, but it's also ego based.
He's going to go to the extreme for an issue that he feels is emotionally tying to him, and so it's like.
I mean,
That's literally.
kudos to you,
and I
man.
think
That's
it's
literally the
I think
other thing
it's
he said.
literally like
Where is he going to get the information from?
But that's what I'm saying. Like
it's based on how he feels. That's what I'm
saying. Like there needs to be someone that is credible that can talk to him. That's what I'm saying.
But
if
it's still got to depend on who he thinks is credible.
Because that's what I was just about to say. This is what I mean by like. I feel like a lot of areas, a lot of times we try to lead with like logic, like what makes sense in this thing, right? But the water shit be like, how do I what Kyrie feels makes the most sense to him. That's not how it works across the board. I'm
feeling uncertain, and that's okay.
So even the way that I feel about things, right?
The consequences of the decisions that he makes.
Yeah, and the thing I like about the Nets organization is that I feel like there's just a better understanding of like the business and how they want to just make decisions and not really cause up a stir. I feel like it isn't really in the aspect of like.
I think any organization would have made this decision.
I know y'all seen Stephen
A.
I don't
think but it's not in a sense. It's not in a sense where it's not in a sense where I don't think they're trying to get rid of Kyrie immediately.
I'm gonna give him time.
That's what I'm saying.
Play, and be there for us. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't really think that would be anywhere. I think specifically with Kyrie, it's also difficult. I mean, they kind of do have to do it that way anyway. He's owed $33 million this year. It's not like you can just unload him. You can't waive him because nobody can pick him up off the waiver, so you got to pay that. And if you stretch it, that's going to be like 10, 15 years of a stretch that you're paying into. You got it in the corner. So trading him, you got to match contracts. But now the other team, he's not a trade asset because the other team is like, well, he's still not getting the shot. So I'm not going to have him for the full time. Like, you can't trade him to the Knicks and just offload him on them. You can't trade him. And so anywhere else you trade him, when they play in New York, when they play in San Francisco, he's not available for those games. And he's threatening to retire if he gets traded, allegedly. So
I'm still rooting for him.
It's not, because I'm rooting for Kyrie, but I feel like it's like, I don't know, some shit is stupid. It's really,
it makes the East that much more interesting.
Yeah, because it's really
Bucks don't win.
It's extremely selfish. He's literally not even saying I have a problem with taking the vaccine. He's not, but what? But like, Kyrie's a multi-million-dollar making ass
Bomani
nigga.
said it. The voice for the voiceless isn't saying anything.
I mean,
so he is also voiceless.
Doesn't that mean we should take a look at what he's done, a foundation he's laid down, or something he's donated?
No,
but a lot of those, have no relation to this. They don't, because this is not about people losing their jobs to mandates. This is about 700,000 people who are died to a virus that is preventable. Yeah, that we have control of if people really just got vaccinated and wore their mask and socially distanced.
And people have
this is not that hard of a thing to get over. We are literally the only country suffering from this.
That's what my biggest gripe is, I feel.
Like that's what's frustrating.
Especially for him to come out and say, I don't have a problem with actually physically taking the fucking vaccine. Like, you're literally
being in a position.
That point is kind of annoying.
Right, like, and being in a position where you can sway. That I had a problem when Draymond and LeBron did the same sentiments, even though they were both vaccinated, saying that it's not my place to tell other people to take it. I'm sorry. This is not a personal decision if you come in contact with various people throughout your walk of life. Mm-hmm. Because this is an airborne virus, right? I can spread COVID being unvaccinated simply by breathing in the same room. So it is not fair for me to be like, I don't want to get the vaccine and still go out and interact with people. And it's also not fair for me to be like, knowing that, to say, nah, you don't have to get the vaccine. Even though we know that works. It is still 99% of people who are hospitalized and dying from COVID are unvaccinated. Mm-hmm. So that's enough evidence to show you that the vaccine works for what it was intended to work for. I don't need the semantics of you saying that you can still catch it. Because as I said, if you matriculated past the 8th grade, you would know that a virus doesn't die and no vaccine is 100% effective. You would also know that 99% is a lot more than 1%. You don't not use hand sanitizer because you're super worried about that 1% of germs that can get you, right? So why the fuck would you not take the vaccine when you know that it's at that rate a 1%? That's not how the math works out. But even if you thought in that sense, it's a 1% chance of me going to the hospital because I'm vaccinated. It's literally called a breakthrough virus if you are vaccinated and you get it. And most of those cases still show because you probably came in contact with somebody who was unvaccinated. It's not that hard of a thing to understand. And that's what's frustrating about Kyrie. That's what makes it for me not feel like it's all that noble.
And then also the fact that, like, I mean, I don't know, you went out of your way to recruit Kevin Durant and like, make sure you guys got like James Harden and shit to come out there and fucking play and set a precedent to be like, we're gonna be the new culture and like the Nets and like, and not even saying, I mean, we don't know everybody's opinion, but I'm 95% sure Kevin Durant, James Harden, all the rest of the niggas on the team were probably like, yeah, like, I probably don't really want to take this shit because of blah, 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 but I got to do what I got to do because we're a fucking team, and I got to show up for the fucking team. We didn't make it here last year. My fucking teammates have, not my teammates, organization, everybody has aspirations for us to get here, so I'm going to do what I got to do as a teammate to fucking get to where the fuck I got to get, you know? And for Kyrie to be just like, yeah, dude. Once again, not that I have a problem with taking the fucking vaccine, but like,
I don't have a problem with him taking a stance. It's my biggest gripe again with what Toby said is I just don't feel like they're saying shit. I don't feel
He's not saying shit. He's not saying anything at all.
I don't.
Well, he's not even making really strong stances or anything.
He's
like
not.
that.
He's also not doing that.
He's doing like, it's literally like this concept of like, I don't talk about Aries Pisces. Fucking weird. He feels like he's being attacked now. So now he's like, now I'm gonna be super anti. But it's like, nigga, like, you doing? Sometimes you just like, it's like acting off of, it's this weird combativeness off of emotion, but it's passion, but it's emotion at the same time. Because I feel like even when like, my mom said this even about me, like, the only things that bother me, she was like, as a kid, it's always been fundamentally you would like, you're okay with shit as long as shit makes sense. If shit don't make sense to you, you're not gonna budge. People would be like, we never have problems with you have a kid, preschool, all this different shit until we tell you some shit that quote unquote does not make any sense. It'll be like, every day we do this thing at
That's
this.
Funny. Yeah, because I feel like for me, it's like, if I don't know why I'm doing it, then
I'm not gonna, and my mom would literally be like, if you don't know if it doesn't make sense to you, you don't know what the fuck is.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, she would literally be like,
and be like, if that's stupid, I'm not doing it.
She'd be like, you throw temper tantrums. You'd be like, if it'd be something just as simple as like, as a kid, because you know, as your kids, your rationality is way different.
I do
but
some stupid shit for the while.
She'd be like, we'd be like, we eat at 12:30 at this time every single day for 90% of the days, and then one day we eat, it's like 12:30 comes around and you're like, we're supposed to be eating right now, and I say some shit like, well, we're not eating at 1:30, you'd be extremely upset. But it'll be, but she'd be like, now if the day comes around and I tell you ahead of time, she's like, if the day comes around and I tell you ahead of time, yeah, bro, we're not gonna eat until like 1:30, and I tell you that like early in the morning, you'll be like, okay, that makes sense. That's fucking fair. Versus it just happening at the time, you're gonna be like, bro, no, like, this shit don't make no fucking sense, and I don't understand what's going on. But I don't know. But like I said, I know that comes more from a base of logic. I don't think Kyrie literally leads from a place of logic. I think his firepower is intrinsically based off how he feels emotionally with things, and it makes shit weird because that's not what it's about all the fucking time. Sometimes you literally have to put this is like selfish. You have to put your personal feelings to the side for the greater good of what the fuck is going on.
Red flag, red flag, red
flag.
Red
flag.
flag, red flag.
Red flag. All the way around.
Most red flags.
So
right.
many.
Yeah. How long is it?
We're at an hour and a half.
We're in a...
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man, it really is. We still didn't get to... We did not get to red flags. We still did not get to Chappelle Show. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay. We have to come back and talk about it next week.
People are talking about that shit, too.
Maybe we'll do a spaces.
We can't do it in the spaces.
And then if we can record it, then we can just put that out. Yeah.
Cancel this.
You can't.
You can't cancel Dave.
Can't.
He's also... I'm going to save it for the spaces.
I'm going to save it for me, too.
I already said what it's...
said for the space.
I just don't understand.
For the
Yeah,
spaces.
I don't understand.
Do people not just realize the totality, the overall?
No,
People
they
don't understand nuance.
No, they don't. They don't understand.
People don't
any of that
understand nuance.
I'm hearing a lot of people
at
like
surface level.
be selective, but we'll save it. For
Yes,
we'll save
that
it.
is facts. They take
In a
things
vacuum.
at surface level and as absolutes, and they don't take the time to comprehend and understand the nuance of what's going on.
Girls high five each other way more than guys do in any sports. They literally be so supportive. Not even joking. You never seen like a girl.
Oh, bro, I was like, where the fuck did that come from?
No.
I've been watching the WNBA finals the whole stream, and I completely forgot.
Yeah, no, they literally they be anytime somebody does anything, they all be like, yeah. Good job, girl, and they all like dap each other up, give each other a hug.
That is actual facts.
Volleyball, all that.
Volleyball is wherever you really see it.
They like, good job. Niggas be like,
Good shit.
or if you dunk on a nigga,
You could have did that better.
Yeah. Roast the nigga for doing something good.
Niggas will dap you up and then be like, but you could have done this.
Fuck nigga. Daps nigga.
I don't think I ever saw Kobe just straight up give dap. I think it was all
No,
on
I
the
seen Kobe
basketball
give
court.
dap.
On the basketball court, like maybe at the end of a game.
But it's more
like
so like
during
a-
a game, it was always if he high-fived you coming out of a timeout, it was, and then you got to be right here because when I come around the corner, I'm
gonna
wide
take the
open
shot.
and you take the screen. Like I've always seen that.
It's so funny. Even the nuance of like, it don't be like, it'd be like a frown and a head nod.
Because Kobe been watching that nigga in practice. Because Kobe was watching that nigga in practice. He's a proud father.
It's not even like, good job. Literally, the frown and head nod is like, okay.
Yeah, he's like a proud dad. You've been watching it in practice. You finally saw it happen. He's like, good
Niggas
job.
are hell. Oh, man. It's been a beautiful stream. We love y'all, man. We thank y'all for tuning in as often as y'all fucking tuning in, man. Checking in on the boys, man. Hope y'all having a good time in this fucking Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, whatever the fuck retrograde. Allegedly, it's supposed to be over on the 18th. If anything happens around the 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, that's a complete turnaround from what you've been experiencing. Just put it up to the retrograde of motherfucking Jupiter, Saturn, all that other shit. And we don't keep it pushing, man. Either way, we still cooling over here at the fucking Shark Stream. Like I said, we love y'all. Toby, you got your own speech prepared, remembering when niggas was conflicted about not tapping into the stream, but you shouldn't be conflicted anymore because we're here.
Pray about us.
You whack motherfuckers. Nah, I'm just kidding. Sway said that after a Lupe freestyle. It was a great freestyle. But nah, man, you know the fucking vibes. You feel me? I remember when you was conflicted, misusing your Spotify to listen to the Joe Budden podcast without Rory and Maul. It ain't the same. You feel me? But you know who never switches up on you? A Shark Stream.
Your boys.
A year of the Shark Stream.
Your boys.
Wherever you find the podcast. You feel me? We also on Instagram. Instagram.com/a Shark Stream. Twitter.com/a Shark Stream. YouTube.com/. It's a character thing. It's not a Shark Stream. But like if you search a Shark Stream, we come up. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about? We got a Twitch. Twitch.tv/.
Oh yeah, we about to be like we
Twitch.tv/.
We got a Discord too.
Mako.tm.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/ Ron Sowell. Twin Tweezy's coming soon. You feel me? We might live stream the Dave Chappelle talking points. Maybe, because we can save the VOD and we can put it up like that. You know what I'm saying? We got a TikTok. We out here. You know what I'm talking about? Black Lives Matter. Pray for Haiti. End SARS. Free Palestine. Please go get vaccinated. Like, at this point, I am begging you. Also, if you live in Georgia, November 2nd. November 11th is my birthday, shout out. But November 2nd, general election coming up. You feel me? Make sure you're registered. Registration has passed. But make sure you know where you're to vote, because, you know.
Bro, what?
No.
You what? Them crackers.
Be gerrymandering and shit. Oh, that thread is wild.
Have you seen this?
So, you know, go vote. Till next time.
Fuck cancer.
Fuck cancer, man.
Fuck
That shit a
cancer.
bitch. Bro, what am I?
Take cancer.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry, Rodney. Have you seen this?
Wow.
We love y'all, man. Y'all are great, man. I gotta put what I just saw up on the fucking street shit.